Thank you so much for joining us today for this exciting session hosted by the Adam Smith Business School at the University of Glasgow. My name is Marite Garcia Araujo, and I'm the Student Recruitment and Marketing Coordinator here. At the Adam Smith Business School, we're always working to improve and create new opportunities for our students. Our goal is to ensure we're nurturing enlightened, engaged, and entrepreneurial graduates. Today, we are happy to share with you three new postgraduate programs: a MSc Business Analytics, MSc Management with Marketing, and MSc Economics. To help us get deeper understanding of what these programs offer, I'm delighted to be joined by the program directors themselves, Dr. Bowie Chen, Program Director of MSc Business Analytics, Dr. Paul Hunter, Program Director of MSc Management, Dr. John Levy, Program Director of MSc Economics. Thank you to you two for joining us today. I'll be asking them a few questions so we can explore what makes these new additions unique and how they can help you shape your future career. Let's get started. So, my first question, I would like you to provide a brief overview of the programs and explain what make it unique. Let's get started with Bowie.
Thank you, Maritate. Hello, everyone. I'm Bowie Chen, Program Director for MSc in Business Analytics. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Our program is designed to meet the increasing demand for data-driven decision-making across industries. And it combines advanced data analytics techniques such as machine learning, data mining, and statistics with business applications. Our program covers the core areas in management, like marketing, operations management, strategy, international business. But it also connects closely with other fields in business, like economics and finance, accounting and finance. What really sets our program apart is our strong focus on building practical skills and real-world applications. Our students will engage in industry-defined projects and work with real-world or simulated data sets, tackling actual business challenges. And they will also gain hands-on experience by using the widely adopted industry tools like Python, R, SQL, Tableau, preparing them ready for the job after graduation. I hope this provides you a brief overview of our program.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Can we go next with Paul?
Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Hunter. I'm the Program Director of MSc Management. So we have a new pathway coming on stream, the MSc Management with Marketing. So what makes this program unique? There are two principal reasons. The first reason is that it's aimed at those of you who do not have a business background or an undergraduate business management degree. So it provides a very broad but in-depth introduction to business management. So you will be learning important topics such as strategy, accounting and finance, and leadership, and also organizational behavior. The second reason why this program is unique, it gives you that opportunity, of course, to be introduced to these core subjects, but you then in the second semester have an opportunity to explore a specific topic in depth. So if you choose MSc Management with Marketing, you get a broad introduction to various topics, and then you have the opportunity to explore marketing in some more depth and detail. And there is a focus on digital marketing and social media marketing. So what you will learn is very up to date, it's very, very contemporary. And Marius, if you could just excuse me, but another reason actually why this program is unique, we have a new leadership course coming on stream, which will be coordinated by me. And as far as I understand, it's the only pure leadership course in the business school. So this is something very, very exciting.
That sounds exciting.
Yes.
So can we go now with John?
Hi, yes. So I'd like to explain the structure. I'd like to explain what makes our program unique, this economics, MSc with economics and economics with econometrics pathways. So following 2-week pre-term math course, you'll take courses on the core points of mathematical methods, econometric methods, micro and macroeconomics, and you'll be studying these alongside students who are doing our established MRES Master's Research Program. And these courses are given on the level of well-regarded MSc and MRES programs in the UK, US, Europe, and so on. In the second term, you'll be able to choose from a wide variety of courses, subject to whether you're in the general economics or in the economics and econometrics pathway. You may choose to continue with more of the core math, econometrics, micro and macro topics alongside our MRES students. This is another way in which our program is unique, that you're in part of that research environment, students who are in the Masters of Research. And if you continue with the courses as they do, continuing on the core topics, and you do them well, you have an option to continue on to the second year MRES program if you desire. We also have many additional electives. Many come from data analytics, so advanced econometric methods, data analytics, AI, many of these drawing from our data analytics and economics and finance program, which is directed by Dr. Anthula Fella, who is here as well and can take questions later if there are inquiries about those directions. We also have many faculty that deal with behavioral economics and decision making, and our program draws on courses they offer, which are already offered and are being created as we speak in the behavioral program. In fact, just this week we opened a new behavioral lab, and we have many other electives as well on topics such as industrial organization, inequality, and so on. And at the end, like in all our programs, you do an applied project where you focus more on one particular topic that you like and put all your skills together into it.
Thank you so much for your answers. That was very clear. For everyone watching online, if you have more questions, please write them in our chat. We will try to answer during the Q&A part of this session. So we go to the second question. To help us understand more about the program, can you please explain us how does the program help students to apply the academic concepts to real world situations? Can we start with Dr. Paul this time?
Yeah, sure. The program has what's called a capstone project. So you have an opportunity at the end of the program to apply all of your knowledge to what we call a business brief. So you'll be working with a client to address a real world problem. So all of the knowledge that you've gained and the theories that you've understood, you'll have an opportunity to apply those theories to that particular real world business problem and then provide a suite of recommended solutions. Throughout the program, our wonderful teaching team often have what are called live case studies, whereby they work with clients to resolve particular issues. So again, that's an opportunity to apply academic concepts and theories that you've learned to real world problems. And finally, we also have a business simulation called Delivering Performance, whereby it gives you an opportunity to apply all the concepts and theories learned, particularly in semester 1 from accounting and finance and strategy and people and organizations, to a set of real world problems. So you will be running a smartphone business. You will have to make real strategic decisions on how to improve the performance of this organization in the business simulation. So hopefully that gives you a flavor of how you can apply academic knowledge to real world situations.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Can we go now with John?
Yes, so the economics MSc and the economics with econometrics pathway as well are very related to real world solutions. First, I have to mention that one of the strengths of the program is it wouldn't only teach methods, it would also teach the theoretical foundations behind them, which leaves you in a better position to apply them and adapt them to all sorts of different situations. It's interdisciplinary in the sense that we draw on mathematical methods, data science, finance, behavioral economics, computer science a little, and which reflects how decisions are made in real world settings, cutting across different fields. There's an emphasis on practical learning. In the data analytics, students will work on real world challenges or simulated data for real world challenges. They can explore industrial organization, inequality, public policy, a lot of behavioral, developmental, and so on. And they get experience through the applied project. These, of course, draw on the faculty we have who teach in our many other MSc programs that emphasize all of these and more. And in addition to the technical skills, there's a big emphasis on critical thinking, on problem solving, on communicating complex ideals, which are, of course, all crucial for making a real impact.
Perfect. Thank you so much, John. Bowie?
Like other MSc programs that my colleagues introduced, the MSc in Business Analytics also consists of both core and elective courses, which equip our students with the related knowledge and skills in the analytics field. Like I mentioned earlier, our program places a strong emphasis on practical learning. So a significant components is delivered through workshops, lab sessions, and project-based activities to allow our students to gain hands-on experience. And then they applied the analytical method from machine learning, data mining, and the statistics to develop data-driven solutions through case studies. For example, they may develop consumer segmentation strategies for retailer using cluster analysis, predict employee attrition using random forest or decision trees, or forecasting demand for utility company with neural networks. So what I mentioned, neural networks, decision tree, random forest, they are what we call the algorithms. And for many cases, multiple algorithms can be used to solve the same problem. So our students will also learn how to appropriately select and evaluate the models in order to produce the optimal data solutions.
Amazing. Thank you so much. If you're watching from home and want to learn more about the structure of these programs, we have starred the links of each program in the chat. Also, if you're interested in other programs of the Adam Smith Business School, our colleagues are sending you the links so you can check more information in the corresponding web pages. Now, my third question, and I think this is something that many candidates wants to know about, is what are the career prospects for each of the programs, and what types of roles and where do graduates can expect to work? This time we'll go first with Dr. John.
Hi, yes. So because of the way our program combines the theoretical framework with the strong applied framework, although this specifically is a new program, but based on many MSc programs we already have and the MRES program, which draws upon students should be prepared for careers in economic analysis, financial analysis, policy, consultants, data science. Students we've had have gone on to work in such places as Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, HSBC, Scottish and UK government, Amazon, and of course, other universities in the UK and around the world.
Fantastic. Dr. Bowie, let's go with you.
Yeah, although our program is newly launched, we can look into strong career outcomes from graduates of similar programs offered by other universities in the UK. And graduates with these skill sets are highly sought after among across industries like consulting, finance, retail, technology, and healthcare. Typical roles include business analyst, data analyst, data scientist, quant consultant, as well as some specialized positions like a marketing analyst, financial analyst, or HR analyst, depending on students' background and their career aspirations.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Paul, can we go with you?
Yes, the MSc Management with Marketing will give you the opportunity to apply for roles such as a digital media analyst, a digital media consultant, for example. You'll also be introduced to social media, so you'll have an opportunity to apply for roles in that arena as well, if that's of interest. In terms of the careers that our alumni have moved into, very much echo what John and Bau have said. I mean, many of our graduates have gone on to work for blue chip organizations like Amazon, NatWest, Tesla, to name just three, and many of our other alumni have gone on to start up successful businesses here in the UK and overseas. So it varies, I think, would be the best response. So many of our graduates have gone on to very, very successful careers.
That's amazing, and it sounds very promising. Thank you. I think my final question before going into the Q&A is we often receive this in our inbox. But what are the entry requirements for each of the programs? And if you can describe the kind of person that you think is a good fit for each of these programs, can you help us to understand a bit more? This time we're starting again with Dr. Bowie.
Yes, for the MSc in Business Analytics program, the students' academic performance requirements and the English language requirements are aligned with those of other MSc's programs in our school, which students can find from our program's webpage for details. We welcome applicants from a range of academic and professional backgrounds. Typically, we look for students who hold a degree in a discipline with significant quantitative or analytical components. Prior experience with coding or programming is beneficial, but not essential, as we provide the training as part of our program. More importantly, we are looking for individuals who are curious, open to learning new technologies, and motivated to address business problems through data-driven approaches.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Paul?
Yeah, very similar to what Bau has said. We would require students who have a curious mindset, who want to learn about business. Because it's a general degree, we welcome students from a multitude of backgrounds. So if you have a what we call an upper second class or a 2-1 undergraduate degree or equivalent in your home country, we would love to hear from you, and we would certainly consider your application. With regards to your English language ability, we would expect you to be able to communicate both verbally and in writing to a high standard. I'm not an English teacher, so I am not an expert on IELTS, but we would certainly require you to have the appropriate threshold. So please access our webpage for more information about what the English language requirements are. But we welcome anyone with a curious mindset who wants to learn business management, particularly marketing. So please contact us, and we would love to answer your questions.
Perfect. John?
Thank you. So in a similar vein, we require that students be curious and that they have some affinity for technical development. So you should have at least some prior experience with mathematical and statistical methods. It's long enriched our MRES program, for example, that we draw upon students not just from economics backgrounds, but from physics, engineering, math, statistics. I recall chemistry students as well, finance, and so on. Even if you've only taken a few courses in math or statistics, but if you performed well and felt comfortable with the methodology and you want to learn more, then indeed we would love to hear from you. I've already mentioned some of the areas you would delve deeper into. Like Boe said, some experience in coding is helpful, but certainly not a must. We'll teach you that. So if you're curious and open to learning technical skills, then again, we'd love to hear from you.
Amazing. Thank you so much to you all for being so helpful and giving us the time to explain about these new programs that we have at the Adam Smith Business School. We will now go to the Q&A question section. So if we have some questions from the public about these programs, please put it in the chat, and then we'll start reading other questions that we have for our professors here, are the directors of the programs. I'm just asking if we have any questions that we can give to the professors here. Let's wait a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we have a question from another master's, but I think Anthula is here, Professor Anthula, and will be able to answer this question. Hi, what are your thoughts on the MSc Finance and Management program? Could you please share some details about the course and potential careers outcomes?
Yeah, of course. So very nice to meet everyone that's here. I'm Anthula. I'm under economics, so I work mostly with John, but the finance and management master's is under economics, so hopefully I'm able to answer some of those questions. So obviously this is as much as you can say an interdisciplinary master, that it borrows both from the finance and management subjects. So a lot of either the core courses or optional courses you will be undertaking will actually be part of Bowie's and Paul's realm of expertise as well, whether that has to do with global business environments or international strategic management, while the other 50% in a way comes from the finance world. This would be on cooperating finance and investment, different financial services, and again, a pool of optional courses where then you would be able to kind of tailor make it to your own needs. Within the core spectrum of courses, you can think of it as a 50-50 split between these two subjects, but within the optional courses, you do have the ability to kind of tailor make it to what you would feel you would want your career to evolve. In terms of what the prospects could be, that's totally up to you on how you choose these courses, but anything within the financial realm of expertise, anything with industry sector management positions would be greatly suitable. On the very specifics, I think this is the benefit of the majority of our masters, that you do have the ability to make them suit your needs at that point in time without having to decide from now.
Thank you so much, Anthula. We have another question from Chidinma. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but is for John, are there any scholarship offers for the MSc Economics?
I'm afraid this year, as a new program, no, we don't have scholarships available this year. I hope that in the future we will.
However, we have general University of Glasgow scholarships, so you can check on them. We have a scholarship searching tool that you can check there and see all available funding for the general university that you can maybe apply for all programs. So we will be sharing that link on the chat. So do we have
Marita, I see one question by Chitman. How do I switch from MSc Data Analytics for Economics and Finance to MSc Economics? Given that I'm the director for the data analytics, it might be worth answering that as well. So the switch is not as easy, but you can apply now to the MSc Economics if you think that will be better suited. You can apply now to the MSc Economics, and if you get offered the position at that, then you can proceed with that and basically drop the registration or the offer, depending on which stage of the admissions process you were for the data analytics course.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Anthula.
I see there's a question on the difference between the economics pathways. So the economics versus the economics with econometrics pathway are the same in the autumn term. And it means in the difference would be in the second term, where the economics with econometrics pathway would focus more specifically on those electives that deal with econometric methods. The student asked, how does it impact a future career? Both are fine choices. One just signals more emphasis on econometric methods, while the other allows to branch out to, as I've said, behavioral, inequality, industrial organization, and so on.
And just also mention that some of these electives, particularly in the econometrics pathway, are also electives that are electives for the data analytics. So you will also be interacting with that cohort of students as well. It's just, again, it's about shaping this master in whichever way you think it's more suitable for you.
Amazing. Thank you both. Just two more questions. First is for Bowie. Is the applicants need experience in data analytics or a mathematical background to study business analytics? One of the fears from people asking in our inbox too is if it will be so hard for them to study business analytics if they don't have this type of backgrounds.
It wouldn't be. It depends, because everyone has a different definition about the maths and the stats. And as I mentioned, our program is self-contained, and we mainly cover the core areas in management. And for the algorithm, we introduce the maths of the algorithm, but at the tailored level for business school students. Most of the students will just need to know how does each algorithm work, how to use them appropriately, rather than studying this algorithm in math or statistics department. So if a student would be willing to study something new, work a little bit extra miles for some students, and they should be fine with this program.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Bowie. Dr. Paul, if someone applied to a MSc Management with marketing, and then because you've explained that is one big program that is MSc Management, is it possible to switch towards other of the pathways of the program, or is a difficult situation?
It would be possible. We would consider that on a case-by-case basis. The first semester takes a very general perspective, so you don't start to explore your specific pathway, for example, marketing, until semester 2. So you have a 3-month period to consider what you want to do. it is a large program, so we have to be mindful of logistics and accommodation. So if you want to change, it would make sense for us to know as quickly as possible. What I recommend is to reflect very carefully on what your future career is. What is it you want to achieve? And that, I think, will give you more confidence about what specific pathway you want to choose. So if you do want a career, if you're coming from a non-business background and you want to learn about business and you're interested in going into a marketing career, then by all means, this particular pathway, MSc Management with Marketing, would be an excellent choice. So my recommendation is to think very carefully about what you want to achieve and then make that choice. But if you do want to change again during the program, we could consider that, but it would be on a case-by-case basis.
Thank you so much. We have a question that is regarding other master, but I think this will help to clarify how intense are the programs, because some programs have 5-6 core courses, and the person asking is wanting to know if it's very intensive. And well, the question is the standard 3-month period after the second semester generally enough to complete the dissertation? And if needed, is it possible to request an extension for submitting a dissertation? Anyone can answer this one.
Yeah, I can answer that. The dissertation in the MSc Management takes place during the summer phase of the programme, usually between May and August. So by that point, teaching will have finished. The exams will have been completed. So you have an opportunity to focus principally on the dissertation or the projects. On the MSc Management, you can choose a practical project or you can choose an academic dissertation. Nothing is easy. If it were easy, then it would not be a particularly good program. Life is not easy, so the program reflects that. But by the same token, we don't. It's not a drag. It's a very enjoyable experience. But we do expect you to work hard. But you will have plenty of time to focus on the dissertation. So there's a balance between working hard and enjoyment. Yes.
Thank you so much.
I'll maybe add on to that in addition to the dissertation taking place after the exams have completed, during the course of the year, they will have some preparation given for the dissertation, so they'll know what they're doing. It's a series of lectures that they can attend, however many they want of, that will prepare them for it. And students are strongly encouraged, as our MRES students have been doing, to work together and build off each other's strengths. Some might come and they're better at economics, some might come and they're better at math, some might come and they're better at coding, and we want them all to work together. Some of the courses have specific group work, but even if it's not specified in all courses, we expect them to work together and build off each other's strengths. Anthula, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, just to add also that there is also this choice between the traditional dissertation, which is you taking ownership of one particular research idea you have, of a real world question you want to tackle, and you do that along with a supervisor that's assigned to you. So it's not also that for 3 months that's the sole thing of your focus. Is also that you will be having some faculty member who will be able to assist and guide you along the way. So it's not as if we're throwing you in the deep sea and you have to swim along with the preparation that John said. But also there is the option for some students to be doing an industry-specific project, where there it's more about being matched with a particular industry partner that we have and working on a project that may be suitable for them as well. And this is kind of an alternative route to dissertation. There would still be a requirement for a piece of writing at the end of that work, but again, to whatever you can play to your own strengths, you can play to your own desires at that point. Also, just to say, because I saw from Camille also another question, he or she was worried a bit about the fact that most of the uh, degrees seem to have 5 to 6 courses per semester, and he was worried. There is a difference between any two courses may not necessarily be the same in the sense that we work with credits. So one course might be a 20 credit course, which would equivalent a certain amount of contact time and study time, while another course may be a 10 credit course. So just the sheer number of courses that you see isn't necessarily a clear representation of the time you're going to be devoting. Overall, the majority of the programs across the business school have roughly the same amount of workload. It's just that the splits may be different from program to program.
Amazing. Thank you so much,
If I
Antula.
could, if I
Sorry?
could just add, maybe say that the programs are all carefully structured, very, very carefully designed. And with regards to the dissertation, just to echo what John was saying, was a really good point you made. You will receive extensive training beforehand. So between January and April, you will have a research methods course, which is predominantly online. So you have an opportunity to learn everything you need to know about how to address a dissertation. And by the point that you're ready to begin your dissertation with your supervisor, you will feel very, very confident about what you need to do. So please don't worry about the pressures associated with that, because by that point, you will have the knowledge that you need to begin the dissertation.
Amazing. Does anyone else wants to add anything else, or is it okay for us?
Maybe I end at one point for the MSc Business Analytics program. We don't have a dissertation. We only have the applied project in the summer term. We invite industry partner in the second semester to give a brief and define the problems. So students will start to prepare the project before the summer, so they know what they're going to work with. And of course, the technical skills will be developed through all the core and the elective courses.
Thank you so much, Bowie. And thank you everyone for being here again, for your time. And thank you everyone that is attending this webinar. We are happy that you join us today. And if you have any further questions, our colleagues have the email in the inbox that you can reach out to us, and we will be happy to help you with your questions. So this is all from us, and hope you keep enjoying the rest of the webinar sessions in this postgraduate online event. Thank you so much.